Well, so good day and welcome once again to Talk Your Talk. Now, I hope this video is very short, honestly. I wouldn't take up much of your time, so I'll try to make it as short as possible. And I know what I'm going to talk about. Some people may be offended, some people would not understand based on your level of knowledge or your understanding of certain things. Anyway, as you can see, the topic is why are we so spoiled? Yes, we as a people, our nation, and I think especially this past two generations from the 50s coming up, your 50s up to now, we are really spoiled because I think most of our people before the 50s and stuff like that, they were in a different situation to us, but somewhere around the 50s, I think, maybe the 50s coming up to now, I think we get really spoiled. We lost a whole bunch of our culture. I think that we were on our way to regain ourselves culturally, but somehow the fight became so much now that we get so much deceived and we accept all the deception, so we become extremely spoiled. Okay, so let us get down to it. Now, let us fast forward today and then we will reverse a little bit, okay? So at least you will get an understanding as to what I am talking about, okay? Now, if you read these holy scriptures and you understand where we are as a people in the holy scriptures, you'll realize that the holy scriptures tell you, do not imitate or do not adopt the ways of the heathens, your enemies, okay? He specifically said that, right? He said don't marry to those people, don't give your daughters over to them for marriage or whatever it is. The reason for that, why the scripture was telling us that, because we have a habit, there is just this negative way about us that we seems to want to always adopt other people's traits, right? The behavior, the culture, we always want to be like that with other nations. That is why we always find ourselves in trouble with the Most High Yahuwah. That always happen up to now. Right now, we want the color of the skin. Most of our people, you gotta bleach. Most of you have to get the hair, the way the hair looks. You want to get that because you don't like how your braids look, you don't like how your hair look, because they actually make you hate yourself. That is why the scripture says don't adopt their ways, okay? So there is a lot of things that is happening right now in our communities, right? And there is a lot of things happening in our communities. As a matter of fact, most of us, we're scared to even correct our children because the heathen said, if you correct your child like how the scripture tell you, then that is child abuse. So they will even look to take your children from you. And the scripture tell you about that too. When you come in slavery, your children will be taken from you, right? So it is right there. So they look for every excuse to make sure, well, they don't know, but everything would happen in a way that you're supposed to open your eyes and see all the scriptures fulfilling, so you would know definitely who you truly are, because 400 years of slavery is a lot to beat every bit of information about yourself from you, okay? But you have to know that it is always written in your genes, okay? Anyway, so as I said, I wanted to be short, so I want to go to the gist of the matter. Now, what is happening here? You look at what is happening in America. For the past while, for the longest time, I've been listening to news from America. And I've been listening news about our people who go to different places in America. Okay, for example, somebody go to KFC or somebody go to Waffle House, but they don't want you there. You understand? They don't want you there, so they look for an excuse. They call the police for you. So the police know you don't commit a crime, but yet the police would arrest you and tell you, charge you for that. And when you reach down in the police station, in the precinct or whatsoever, then they don't charge you. Eventually they let you go. You see, the whole idea is not to charge you and let you go. The whole idea is to embarrass you and put you in your place. They don't want you there. It's as simple as that. Why is it that is so hard to understand? I can remember a couple of weeks ago, one of our sisters went into a restaurant, and for something, for I think 50 cents or something, they called the police for her. The police run in there like if she's a terrorist and knock her down on the ground, strip her clothes, and threatening her to break her arms and stuff like that. Our women, that is happening too. Yeah, you understand? They meet our grandmommy, or most of us based on our age, our mother. You understand? She's like 65 years. Stop her for some infraction, they say about a tail light or whatever it is, they stop her, pull her out of the vehicle, disrespect her. You understand? I mean, the Holy Scriptures speak about those kind of people. They have no love for children, old people, young people. It doesn't make no difference. Once it is our nation, they are like that. The point I am making is this. Why is it that we so insist on trying to be accepted by those people? Why? Come on, man. A brother go inside Waffle House, right? Or wheresoever he went. They called police for him for no reason whatsoever. They disrespected him. Yet, you have our people going back there hoping that, okay, well, maybe they're not going to do it again. And they do it again. And then you're constantly going back, like, just like a fool. Every time you get a stripe, there's stripes for the backs of fool, then you're just going back to get hit again. Why is it you have to do that? Why is it that we can't just don't go in those people's place if they don't want you there? Why is it that you just can't just shake the dust off your feet and walk away and never return? You understand? Why is that you always have to be going back, doing the same thing, expecting a different result, and every time it's the same thing happening to you, and you're just telling yourself it would be different? It would never ever be different. But what caused it to be like that? Who caused it to be like that? Now think about it. In the past number of years, that is why I refer to the 40s and the 50s and the 60s coming up. There was a number of people, let's say people who profess to be leaders and stuff like that, and they had great influence on our community because it's basically our people. Okay, so you had people like Malcolm X, you had people like Steve Biko in South Africa, you have people like Martin Luther King, and a whole bunch. You could just name it. Okay, the point I'm making is that what kind of concept they were teaching you. Now, if you notice and believe that, if you notice that currently, all the people who is supposed to be our enemies, they embrace Martin Luther King. That is dangerous. They embrace Martin Luther King, and most of you walk around and you're all happy. Oh yes, they accept Martin Luther King, so whatever. They are smarter than you. You see, the thing about it is this. Martin Luther King spent his life and endangered a lot of our people's life. You understand? Doing what? Trying to integrate with the people. It's just like if he didn't know they are the enemies, which he was supposed to, but he did everything within his power to integrate with these people. Okay, so he had dream about brotherhood. They are not your brothers. You understand? You have to understand that. You understand? They are your enemies. The Holy Scripture says your enemies will bring you into slavery. He never said your brothers or your potential brothers will bring you into slavery. He said your enemies will bring you into slavery. So how come you have a dream and you see them as brotherhood? That is deceitful and that is devilish. So you have people going and sit down and boss, and those people boss. Those people boss. The boss is not yours. It's not our people boss, but you're going and sit down. I mean, come, why is it that you walk to work, do something? Most of our people, I know they had transport. Just definitely segregate yourself from these people. That is all you had to do. You had to teach your people that they have to be self-sufficient. But other than that, what you did, you teach them how to always try to get the approval of these people. You want to learn their stuff. You want to march and demonstrate because you want to go into their schools. You understand? You want to go and sit down and drink the coffee in the restaurant. So you want them to serve you. They could just poison you. Because the thing about it, they never ever love you. And you have to learn this. They would never ever love you. So why is it that you always have to be up in the face? Leave the people things alone. If they don't want you in KFC, watch. Stop go KFC. You understand? You know we are custom friend, we own like a chicken and doing we own barbecue. That is our thing. We could do our own thing. Leave their things alone. They don't want you in Waffle House. You have some, even the schools. You see, like one of our sisters was studying in one of the schools in the university, take a rest. They call police for her because all they're doing is trying to portray our people as criminals. So when they do those things, they are actually putting you in your place. That is the strategy they always use. So every time I see a white police, or next brother see a white police, your heart leap. That is control. That is, watch. That is slavery. That is mental slavery. And most of you can't understand. You know, when Yahushua was here and he living, he said, I give you a new commandment. You have to love each other. So why not just love each other? Love each other, meaning you all support each other. You see? Most of you don't really understand what real love is anyway. What love is all about. But love is all about give. Love is all about love was never about taking. You understand? So if you love, each and every one of us love and we give, we just giving each other. Because you're giving automatically, and next brother give you. So you don't need to ask. They just giving like that. It's pure love. Then you'll realize that we'll be stronger. You know, we'll be most stronger on the face of the earth. But we don't do that. Instead of that, what we learn from slavery is how to disrespect each other. And then most of you not waking up to the fact that you have this slave brand on you still. You understand? Those people are still looking at you as a slave. You understand? And there are ways, you understand, for you to know. Look at your name. They give you their name. That is a slave name. All these things we have to change. We have to do that. We have to be independent of these people in every way. You understand? You go into their place, they disrespect our brother in yours. Okay, we coming out en masse. We're not going to demonstrate for them to treat you good. You just spread the news. I went in this place and these people do me this thing. We analyze it in the community and we say, okay, well, forget them. We're not going inside there anymore. That is what you have to do. You don't keep going in. Like, you see, some of our people are strange because most of you think that if they do this black one, that maybe I'm a fair skin one, so they wouldn't do me that. That don't make any sense. You see, some people are like that with Paul. The Holy Scripture says we don't consider. He said we don't think. We just continue going and just doing things and not really thinking and working things up. We have to do that. So then if they don't want us, then we have a vast community. Let us get together. Those people just go in different places. They might go in the Caribbean, they might go in other small islands. And they're spending years, you understand, years monitoring how you live. You understand? Trying to get to the nucleus or the heart of the people. And then they shaft you. Then they build a house down on the beach and they say, okay, well, they need a privacy now. This beach is mine. That is mine. And then you see their racialism. You see how evil they could be. You understand? But what they does, you understand? They break you down first. You understand? They break you down first with like a beads and like a trinkets. And then they shaft you. Even up to now, they're doing that. So I am saying that what Martin Luther King did, is wicked. You understand? Because we can't integrate. Watch, oil don't mix with water. You understand? So there is no way we would integrate with these people. No. Yes, some of them will marry some of our people will marry them. They have their agendas. You understand? It's just like what the Chinese doing in Africa right now. They're sending their people, maybe, who knows, they could be criminals for all I know, to try to marry our women down in Africa. So then they could get a foothold in Africa. Most people who has a lot of money, like our people who have a lot of money in the US and stuff like that, most of them, like kind of rock stars people, when they have a lot of money, who they go to get married? They go get married to somebody, some Caucasian. Most of them does that. Majority of them does that. Well, because their idea is to get out of the hood and go somewhere and integrate. You know, don't love what you have, but go out there and integrate with other people and form different brotherhood. So most of them now, their whole objective is to leave the hood. You know, and when they go and they living up on the hill or somewhere around the so-called elitists or whatever, you understand? The people who have a lot of money, they feel like they arrive. Well, the truth is you're just left. So anyway, have a lovely day. Be at peace. I will most definitely see you in another video. And think about it.